This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Elephant man back in court next month for breaching Immigration Act. Dancehall entertainer Elephant Man is scheduled to return to the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court next month to answer to a charge of breaching the Immigration Act. When the matter was called up on Friday morning, the court was told that some documents were still outstanding. The case is set for mention on October 8. It was reported that in March last year, the entertainer, whose given name is O'Neill Bryan, arrived at Sangster International Airport from Brussels, Belgium. He was asked to declare the countries he had visited. It's alleged that the artist did not list all the countries, one of which was Germany. At that time, Jamaica had placed a travel ban on Germany due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Massive gun find in 4 paths in Clarendon. 4 firearms, including 2 high-powered weapons, were seized by police during an operation on Cherry Tree Lane, 4 paths in Clarendon on Thursday. The cache, comprising 1 AK-47 rifle, 1 AM-15 rifle, a Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol, 1.44 Magnum revolver, as well as a bulletproof vest and more than 340 rounds of ammunition, was found in a barrel during a search of a premises. According to the police, a party consisting members of the Maypen CIB, Area 3 Major Investigation Division, and the Operational Support Team, and the Specialized Operation conducted the operation between 4:20 a.m. and 5:45 a.m. No arrests have been made in connection with the find. Data from the police indicate that more than 480 illegal firearms and in excess of 6,500 rounds of ammunition have been recovered since the start of the year. JPS defends rate increase. The Jamaica Public Service Company Limited is defending its request for a rate increase, calling it necessary for the service it provides. In a request made to the Office of Utilities Regulation in May, the power company requested a 3.5% increase that took effect on September 1. Since the announcement, social media users have labeled the decision as unconscionable and wicked. Winsome Cullum, Director of Communications at the JPS, defended the company's position, saying the rate increase is necessary for it to maintain the quality service that customers require. It's not just about rate increase, she said. If we were to not implement the determination, customers would be deprived of some benefits that are outlined in this determination. She noted that one of the considerations is the OUR's efficiency target that is used to determine how fuel is used to generate electricity, which is key in determining the cost. When these targets are received each year, the OUR makes a determination, and if we don't meet these targets, we are not allowed to recover a certain amount from customers. The amount that we would normally recover is reduced if we don't meet these targets, she said. Cullum maintained that the determining of the rates is a function of the OUR and the JPS must abide by the regulations that they make. She also said the OUR has to make a decision that is beneficial to both the regulated entity and the customer. They have to strike a balance, so JPS will not necessarily be happy with all the decisions that the OUR made, and neither will the customer be happy with all the decisions in this determination. Portland man on shooting charge. A 28-year-old resident of Fellowship District in Portland has been arrested and charged with breaches of the Firearms Act following an incident on Wayne Road in the parish on September 4. The police said that the man, Calvin Donner, has been charged with shooting with intent, illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, and the shop breaking and larceny. Reports from the Port Antonio police are that about 12:15 a.m., lawmen responded to a case of robbery in the area when men were seen at a gate. They were accosted, and while being searched, a tussle developed between Donner and one of the officers. Donner allegedly pulled a firearm and pointed it in the direction of the officer and opened gunfire before escaping in the area, leaving several stolen items behind. Donner later turned himself into the police and was charged after an identification parade. Jamaica to benefit from revised UK travel regulations. Jamaica is among several countries to benefit from a major simplification of the British government's rule for international travel. The announcement made on Friday by the British government follows complaints from travelers and businesses that its regulations aimed at staving off the spread of COVID-19 were cumbersome and ineffective. Transport Secretary Grant Shapps said effective October 4, the UK will scrap its travel light system that ranks countries as red, amber, or green and replacing it with a two-tier system with countries classified as red or open. Jamaica, which was on the amber list, is now classified as open. Testing requirements will be eased for fully vaccinated arrivals to England from open countries, and they will no longer have to take a COVID-19 test before traveling. Delano C. Wright, a senior strategist in the Tourism Ministry, said the changes to Britain's rules for international travel will benefit Jamaica's tourism industry. However, he said the country continues to be affected by the UK Foreign Office advisory against non-essential travel.
That has impacted the operations of TUI, which is a major carrier out of the UK. They're unable to operate their charter flights to Montego Bay because of that. Nonetheless, British Airways and Virgin Atlantic continue to be bullish. We expect that as the situation improves and eventually the Foreign Office removes that advice, that we will be looking forward to a really, really strong winter season.
Weapons seized at Candlelight, Vigil. 2 men were arrested in connection with the seizure of a firearm at a candle vigil that was being held in Quarry Hill, Spanish Town in St. Catherine on Wednesday night. The Corporate Communications Unit of the Jamaica Constabulary Force said that members of a joint police-military team were conducting an operation in the area when they were alerted to the Candlelight Vigil. The police said that on their arrival, 2 men were seen acting in a manner that aroused their suspicion. They were accosted and searched along with the motor vehicle that was in the vicinity. During the search, one Astra A70 9mm pistol with a magazine affixed containing 5 9mm rounds was found. The identities of the men are being withheld pending further investigations. Payments delayed for COVID-19 vaccination grant. The Ministry of Finance has disclosed that discrepancies with the tax registration numbers of more than half of the applicants for the COVID-19 vaccination grant have resulted in a delay in payments. The issue was discovered during the verification process. Some 39,000 senior citizens have applied for the grant. People 60 years and older who are fully vaccinated are eligible. However, there have been complaints from some seniors that they received messages of ineligibility despite submitting the required information. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark told the news that the ministry was unable to match the tax registration numbers of some applicants. However, he said a solution has now been found.
The verification program, which assesses eligibility, was run on time and on schedule. However, when this verification program was run using TRN as the sole criteria for record matching with the vaccine database of the Ministry of Health, unfortunately, more than half of the applications did not match, and text messages were sent to this effect. As a result, however, the system is being enhanced to allow for verification of the applicant's eligibility using factors in addition to TRN, and this is expected to result in significantly higher numbers of applicants being eligible. Applicants will be informed by text message early next week. We ask for continued patience as we balance the need to provide the cash grant with the need to also ensure appropriate standards of checks and balances that provides assurance to the public at large that taxpayer funds will go to the intended beneficiaries.
4 arrested following multi-million-dollar drug bust in St. Mary. The police have made a multi-million-dollar drug bust in St. Mary. Almost 3,000 pounds of ganja valued at $12 million was seized off the coast of Galena on Wednesday. 4 men were arrested. A Jamaica Defense Force Coast Guard vessel was on patrol about 3 a.m. when a boat with the 4 men was intercepted. Several bags with the ganja were allegedly found on the boat. Edna Manley College awaiting fire damage assessment. The administration at the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts says it is awaiting an assessment from the fire brigade to ascertain the cause of yesterday's fire and the extent of the damage. The institution says a section of the School of Visual Arts and the Hope Brooks Painting Studio caught fire earlier yesterday. 3 units from the Jamaica Fire Brigade responded and the fire was extinguished. All students and staff were safe, the college noted. The institution says it is grateful for the calls of concern from stakeholders, well-wishers, and the arts community. More than 20 people at St. Elizabeth Infirmary test positive for COVID-19. The news has been informed that during the last 2 weeks, more than 20 residents at the St. Elizabeth Infirmary have tested positive for COVID-19. 2 of the residents reportedly died. It's reported that 24 of the 47 residents tested positive. 15 are awaiting test results. The news was told that 2 members of staff at the infirmary also tested positive for COVID-19. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.